having built homes for as many years as I have, which now is over 40 years, I've always found it interesting how often people move and how people move great distances. And that's interesting to me because I've always lived and stayed and worked in a fairly small geographic area. I was born in Conroe. I went to A&M for 4 years. From there, I went to Tomball, lived there for about 13 years, and then moved to where I am now, which is between New Waverly and Huntsville. And that's the extent of my moving. And, although I'm a home builder, the first house that my wife and I moved into was an old recreational building from the Exxon, well back then it was Exxon town that developed the oil and gas field right beside Tomball. And of course it had been moved onto some property. It was being sold as a shell, and I was working for a track builder then, and bought it and finished it out, made some changes to it, moved my family in, and that's where the first home I had. The second home I had, I built here about 14 years later after I left Tomball. So in the whole 40 plus years of being in business, I've only built one complete house for myself. So that's a little bit unique for home building, but I really am tied to location, to locale. Both of my grandfathers spent a lot of time in Walker County. My dad's dad worked for the Walker County Lumber Company, which had a sawmill right outside of New Waverly for a lot of years. My dad was born there. And my mom's dad had a little sawmill right outside of Huntsville. And I spent a lot of weekends visiting my grandparents, playing in that sawmill growing up. And so both sides of my family grew up logging and sawmilling this part of Texas. And the land that I now live on, my parents bought from my mom's aunt. And I have an aunt and a cousin and her husband that live across the county road from us. And there's other relatives that live down the road. And there's several parcels of family land on this road. So it's special to me to live here and enjoy some land that has been in the family for a while. And we're going to be here for as long as I know we're going to be here. My dad turned 100 years old this year, and he lives on the land with us and still amazingly takes care of himself. He's in pretty good health for a 100-year-old man, and it's an amazing heritage to have 3 generations living together on this land and enjoying it together. You got children. That's right. Children. Children here. Yeah. Okay.